My name's Ramiro, and my topic is why are people more inclined to help than others? And before I go into my personal story, I want to ask a couple questions to the audience. How many of you have younger siblings at home? And another question I would like to ask is, do you often help them with homework? So, Ronald, I want to ask you, what's the latest you ever stayed up helping them with homework?
As recently, about like almost close to 11.
Marceli?
Like 8.
Okay. Next slide, please. Well, with me, well, my personal story is I'm the oldest out of 3 kids. I have 2 younger sisters at home, and my dad was never around because of his work schedule. So I'd probably see him at home like twice in a week because he was always working. My mom was always taking care of us in the house, so she had other things to worry about. And my sisters, I would always stay up with them until like 2 or 3 in the morning because that's all. Because at the time I wasn't really doing anything. All I did was come home from school, go to sleep and eat. Well, it was just like maybe like around like 10 or 9. So I'd always stay up late with them. And to me, it didn't really matter how long I stood up, as long as they understood what I was doing and why I wanted to help them so bad. Because I wanted to give them an example to follow by and to live by. Because at one point we're all going to need help at one point in our lives, and I just wanted them to understand that if it didn't matter how long it took, as long as they understood that I was fine with it. Because at times I wouldn't even have finished my own homework. Because to me it was just so important to help them before I could do it myself. So next slide, please. What I learned through doing this, through my research, there's a negative stigma towards people who don't help at all. But there's 3 factors that lead up to actually helping someone. The 3 factors I chose was money, resources, and like an idea of where to start. And there shouldn't be a negative stigma towards people who don't help because 1, they lack the resources and the money, and they might have like a great idea, it doesn't have to be something that it can change the world. It could be something small or big, but if there's an idea of how like to have safe water for people to drink, or a way to end poverty or hunger, or anything like that, if it doesn't have the proper funding or the proper like resources, then that's always going to be just an idea. And the same thing vice versa with people who have like all the money and the resources. You can't, if they don't have like the idea where to to strike the problem, if they don't know where to start, then you can't fix something that you don't know where the problem is. And then moral code, like a lot of people live by a moral code, things that they believe in, things that they have earned through their experiences, things that they have learned like just their daily life, and things that were given to them by like passed on from like a government, a cult, church, anything like that. So moral codes, what I learned is that they're very complex because they're unique to the person, because everyone's different and unique in their own ways. So they all follow a unique set of code, because there's different moral codes out there that people live by. And I just wanted to ask what beliefs that you all have, or things that you live by that is really important to you. Ronnie.
Like what beliefs about like life and stuff?
Yeah, anything like that.
Oh, so I kind of believe that like you shouldn't, like if you see some person that like actually needs help, because there's a lot of people that out here that like say they need help with certain things, but actually if they really wanted to do something, they could get better off. But I think people that like are actually in a position where they can be better off, no matter how bad they try. Like if you see that, you should definitely help and do what you can to help that person do whatever they can do. That's kind of the way I look.
Yeah, that's a good thing, Mark. Anyone else?
The golden rule, so treat others the way that you'd like to be treated. I think is.
Yeah, that you were spilling. You got anything, Sarah?
Yeah, a moral code that I live by, or rule, is to always be flexible, malleable, to make sure that I'm fit for this, or this would be fit for me.
And the thing, though, I wanted to point out, those were 3 different belief systems, and that's why I was thinking. Because for morals, it's not, they wouldn't be so important if everyone had them. Like obviously, we're different people. We all can make different decisions on what we feel like that is right, and that's why I was talking about how it's unique in its own way. Next slide, please. Well, the interview takeaways that I took was these were all when I interviewed Mr. Sislagi, and he's a police officer with the Bottle Department. And what I learned is a person is not wrong for not being able to help someone in need. A person cannot solve all problems they come across. So I related to like the homeless people in downtown Chicago. It's like, because personally for me, like if I have change or I have like a couple like dollars in my wallet, I will give it to them. But I'm the type of person I'll feel bad if I can't help them, because I feel like someone should at least have something like enough money to eat something. And then this really spoke out to me because I can't like help everyone. There's too many people to actually try to make a difference about it. But I shouldn't really beat myself, and I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. And there was another one. There's an equal balance of where a person gets their morals from, a bit of nurture and a bit of nature. And what I got from this is you get your own morals from like like your environment, the people you're with, your parents, your older siblings, and that's where they influence you, and that's where you get your own, like where you start basing, well, like, oh, this sounds really cool, I want to do this, I want to follow that because this is what I want to believe in. And then from nature, and then like as you grow up, the experiences you go through, the way you think, like all that combines in, and it shows you like, oh, I want to do this, like I believe in this way, I want to believe in the golden rule, and like all this other stuff. And then morals are different for everyone because we're all different people, but we should abide by the golden rule, but many people will not read to it. Like the golden rule, like it's one of like the very like foundation, like, oh, you should treat people how you would want to be treated. But through time, sometimes that's not the case. But even though some people don't believe by the golden rule, there's not really anything that you could say towards them because it's their belief system, and we live in a day and age where people can voice what they believe in and their opinions without being ridiculed for it. So sometimes we just have to accept it, what they believe in, but also remember what we believe in. Next slide, please. So the solution, there's no really concrete solution for this, but there's many ways to come towards it, to an answer. And the best thing that I thought was helping children at a young age, push them towards like what seems best for them or what they would want to follow, because like this whole thing is about helping people in need, and by providing them with like the resources that they would need to come to the right conclusion, that's like probably the most important thing that could happen. And that's it.